Item 10F, adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of a municipal street sweeper from GCS Environmental Equipment Services, Inc. in the amount of $215,231.40.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, my name is Robert Wood, and I'm a management analyst with the Public Services Department. As you know, the Public Services is responsible for the city's street sweeping program. Regular street sweeping improves the overall look and feel of the city's neighborhoods and business districts. And from a regulatory standpoint, street sweeping prevents trash and debris from getting into the stormwater system that eventually flows into San Francisco Bay. The long-term trend in the region and the regulations of the Water Board is to further reduce the trash and debris that makes it into the stormwater system. To reach these long-term goals, one of the Water Board's key recommendations is enhanced street sweeping. Currently, the city has 2 street sweepers. One is a 2001 and the other is a 2007 sweeper. The 2001 model is now 13 years old. It breaks down much more often and has reached the end of its intended use. But more importantly, the 2001 sweeper no longer fully complies with state diesel emission regulations. Right now, the city can only operate the sweeper for a limited number of miles or hours per year. Typically, the city reaches this limit around October, November. The other sweeper does currently meet the state emission requirements. After reviewing all the alternatives that are described in the staff report in more detail, the city recommends purchasing a replacement street sweeper. This will allow the department to maintain the current service level, keep up the visual look and feel of the city, and also comply with regional long-term stormwater requirements. During 2013, the operations staff drove several sweepers and finally recommended a similar typical vehicle that we have now. The city was able to take advantage of the price guarantees recently offered to the City of Concord by GCS Environmental Equipment Services. The city has purchased other vehicles with them and is very satisfied with the company. It is our recommendation to approve the purchase of a replacement street sweeper in the amount of $215,231. The purchase will be paid 50% out of the capital vehicle equipment and 50% from the county's Measure M, the vehicle registration funds. At this point, I'm available for any questions you may have about the sweeper.
Any questions of Robert?
Through the chair, very quick. On the 2001,
Yes.
Are you recording it as far as hours driven, miles? How do we quantify how? I know how by age, but
The state requirements, it's 1,000 miles or 200 hours. Just because we have a smaller city, we don't usually reach the mile threshold. It's usually the hours. It depends on how frequently we use it. Right now, it's around.
I apologize,
yes.
I wasn't clear enough.
Sure.
So, let's say Ken's car had 50,000 miles on it. So, what
How many miles?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't mean to pick on your car.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Me too.
I would be guessing.
Yeah, it's we in general we never reach. It's not a very high. Only because we drive it only within the city. In general, we never reach. It's not the age doesn't get worn down because of the engine gets down because of
The wear and the tear on the vehicle?
Yes, that was the main thing.
Typically, the heavy equipment retirement age is calculated based on age, but also the level of use, number of hours used on a yearly basis.
And so on the 2007, what would be the projection of that being brought forward for replacement?
Right now,
Yes.
we're suggesting between 10 and 12 years. I'm assuming we have another 4 to 6 years left.
Okay. And I also want to just note that I appreciate also the option being looked at as far as other neighboring jurisdictions, looking at all options available and bringing that forward. I appreciate that.
I understand the maintenance issues and things, and so is that the most contributing factor in replacing it? Because I would assume that if it's running fine, yes, you got the emissions problem, but why not keep using it until it dies?
Well, I mean,
you cannot use it. Based on the regulation, you cannot use it. Actually, Ted, our department, parked the second sweeper at the end of last year until after reached that number of hours. Last year was the first year when this new regulation entered, had to be applied, and our second sweeper had to be parked. You cannot use over that number of hours. And if our first sweeper has to go for maintenance or broke down, then you don't have any alternative choice. Basically, our street will be left unswept.
Okay. No further comments. I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Medina?
Aye.
Mayor Rui?
Aye.